Okay, so doing something a little different. I'm going to be recording Reinhardt, or rather, reviewing my Reinhardt gameplay from a few quick play games I just played. And the reason being is there's a lot of conversation on the Overwatch University subreddit about like when to aggress, like when to back off, and so forth. And in particular, I think Reinhardt's really good at demonstrating this concept because he's a much simpler hero than a lot of the other tanks, right? Rammatra has like really complex like tempo timings. Doomfist, Winston, Diva are all dive tanks, as is our ball, right? Zarya you play around the energy, and a lot of it's honestly just about like individual like mechanical aim with her beam, like how good are you at aiming, and so forth, right? So with Reinhardt being like pretty much in the oldest generation of tanks and considered the original main tank, I think is a really good hero to showcase this. I don't want to play Reinhardt at Masters levels for a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't think I'm necessarily that good to consistently climb Reinhardt, and I don't want to mess up like my current situation. Number two is I think Masters gameplay will make it much harder to demonstrate these concepts for people. I think this guide is mostly targeted towards like metal rank players, like below Diamond, who will really struggle to understand when to push and what to read. So I intentionally play quick play. For those who don't know, quick play has its own hidden MMR, right? Just like your regular MMR for ranked. Quick play has its own hidden MMR, but it just doesn't ever tells you what it is. So you can get some feel for what it is by looking at other people's like other people's ranks in their roles that they're playing, like if they have public profiles. But in general, like with how many I've reviewed, I don't know, like 300 replays or whatever now, I have a pretty good feel for like what level the gameplay is regardless. So I would guess my quick play armor is probably like somewhere around like mid plat, like maybe low diamond, but probably somewhere around like mid to high plat, let's say. So I'm just going to demonstrate again, Reinhardt. I'm going to walk through what do I read and what am I keying in on, where do I go, and why do I make the decisions that I do. So this first game is actually going to be really good. I'm only going to do the first point. We actually win both. I win all these games, by the way. So I'm only going to talk about the very first point though, because the second point we just rolled them. And in the first point, I'm going to demonstrate this is actually a really bad lineup for me to be playing Reinhardt into. So they have an Orisa, who I think is already very good against Rein because she can zone him easily, block her attack, block his attacks, etc., etc. Mei's super good against Rein, right? Originally one of the best characters in the game against Rein because she can wall you off so easily and you have no ability to deal with it, and you can't kill her because she can block at any time. And then Lucio is really good at speeding his team away from whatever's going on. He can also boop you away from where you're trying to go. So I think those three alone are all very strong, I wouldn't say counters, but certainly difficult heroes for Reinhardt to deal with. And Kiriko, of course, has a good escape. The only way this can get worse is if Kiriko and Hanzo were swapped for like Pharah Mercy. Is pretty much the only way I can imagine this like being a much worse lineup for me to face as Rein here. So the first thing is I'm going to charge forward. Now I think a lot of folks probably think like, oh, the Rein or tank in general should stick with the team unless you're a dive tank or something. The reason why you get forward is to scout what they're doing quickly, get in position, and also get some fire strikes in because your fire strikes have relatively low cooldowns. So if I throw a fire strike, so for example, this first fire strike is basically free because I know I'm not going to need another one for whatever the cooldown is, like 5-6 seconds or so. So it's a free fire strike. I don't expect to hit anybody with it, but if I get it, great. Right, but by the time I commit, I know I'm going to have that second charge back. So I notice there's Lucio who's trying to mess with me already. I want to get point, and I want to step forward. Why? It's because I want to hold them and prevent them from being able to walk forwards, right? Again, the whole job of tank is to take space. Now, I know I'm ahead of my team, but it's fine because I have plenty of health, plenty of shield. I feel perfectly fine here. I did forget to check my supports though at the beginning of the game because I was like alt tab like reading a Reddit comment or something like that. I should have realized I was running Lucio Mercy, and the reason why that's relevant is because that's not a good support combo for Rein because Rein is a very greedy tank. He probably needs more healing than almost any other tank. Definitely the highest tier of healing. And so when I say greedy, I mean like greedy as in needing healing to do your job versus like a tank like Sigma or Zarya who need a lot less healing to do their job. So for Rein, I should have played a little safer here, knowing that I had Lucio and Mercy. And you're gonna actually watch me. I'm gonna give you a forward preview. I'm gonna die multiple times here, like pretty badly, before the game starts turning around. So I advance. Again, why do I throw this fire strike? I want a nice, juicy fire strike, right? I want to hit lots of people lined up in a row. That's a good fire strike. I want to try to avoid hitting just one person, unless that one person will result in the kill. So Mei challenges me on point. As soon as she gets on point, I hit her, right? I actually could have gone for the insta-kill. I didn't expect her to already be injured. I don't think I saw her health bar clearly. I think this fire strike actually hit her, which was unexpected. I did not expect that. When I heard the wall, I turned back to figure out what my team situation is. That's why I'm not aggressing on her. But realistically, I should never have been able to kill her. And the only reason I would have been able to kill her is if she made a grave mistake. Because she has block right now. So it's not like I can kill her like instantly, like within point 0.1, point 0.2, even 0.5 seconds. Like she has plenty of time to recognize if like I have no fire strike cancel here, so I can't kill her that quickly, to block before I can do anything. So she's really in no danger of dying, and I knew that right away. I hit Orisa to just pop Fortify, because I knew that the Orisa's going to get scared, because what happens is they pop Fortify. And then I back off right away. So you see, like, my plan here is, look, I gotta start forcing cooldowns. And this is something that people also talk a lot about. It's like, oh, like, I attack somebody and they use their defensive cooldowns, and then, like, nothing happens and they don't die. Well, but somebody's gotta force the defensive cooldowns, right? Orisa's never gonna die until Fortify is used, right? May's never gonna die until Ice Block is used. So somebody has to pop those defensive cooldowns for them to eventually die, and often as a tank, that's your job. Especially at higher level play, it's really hard for tanks to get kills. It's often about just forcing out defensive cooldowns, and then DPS get the kills. So I whack, right? She javelins me right away. I'm like, you know what? Cool. I'm just out of here. So the Orisa's walking to me super aggressively, which I did not expect, because my whole team is alive, and I recognize that my whole team is alive, and I'm like, wait, why is this Orisa just hard committing into me? And the main reason is because I'm low, and the Cassidy is low, and nobody's getting healed. So our Mercy just like is super AFK in the back, just like not doing anything. So there's just not enough healing coming in, and then we get pushed into. Again, there's like not really much to show from my perspective. I'm just trying to buy time because I have literally no idea like why there isn't enough healing going on, because nobody has died. So if I saw my support die, I would understand. But I'm just super confused. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I just chill. I try to hide behind cover, but I get walked over and die. Great. No, not great, but is what it is. I'm not depressed. I'm not down. I'm not blaming my team. You know, it just happens. Like, even if the Mercy wasn't AFK, this could have happened. You know, like the most important thing is to focus on what is the next fight and what did I learn. So when we died, I checked the scoreboard. I'm like, oh, we had Mercy Lucio. That might explain why there's not enough healing. Like, I didn't know that the Mercy was like went this weird side route or anything like that. I just thought maybe it's just an overall amount of healing. So I'm like, look, I got to play a little safer next time. That's my perspective. I also think I noticed that the Mercy has changed the Moira on the way back. So I'm like, okay, now we have more healing, so now I can be more aggressive. I recognize that the Orisa is going to take the Mega. That's fine. I have to force that out, just like defensive cooldowns. So I hit her, she gets the Mega, right? Hit her again. And the reason why I'm swinging here is because I should be very close to my team here. I think our Mercy takes a while. Mercy/Moira takes a while to come out. Yeah, so she's kind of slow because she died last and was a little slow on changing heroes. So again, I'm like kind of chill because I'm like, wait, this is kind of weird. Like, why am I just kind of being walked over? Right? Again, playing shield because I'm low, right? And one of the rules I say for Rein is if you don't have armor, play slow. Is the general rule, right? I don't know exactly what's going on right now. I recognize the Orisa doesn't have Fortify, so I'm looking for the charge. She does a good job dodging this, / javelining me. Everybody comes into this room, and I'm like, okay, it's a little party. I get a swing in to get multiple hits. Again, just trying to stay alive. Somehow the Orisa gets on my left. No, she just walks left to me. And then we're all gonna die here. And, you know, it sucks. Like, I'm not totally sure what the heck is happening with the rest of my team. My Cassie's coming up kind of late here. Again, there's obviously like this big fight, and it's not like I went early. Like, you see the Cassidy is right here with me, relatively speaking, and I'm surprised that he goes this way instead of just walking forward and like killing the Lucio right now, or killing the Kiriko, or whatever. But you know what? Again, like, it happens. I'm not upset at it at all. And this is one thing that I think is really important, is just don't tilt because of things like this. Like, it will happen. Just worry about going next. I know the Cassidy has died right away. So it's fine. I also understand the Orisa is dead. So we have an advantage 4-4 here, right? Because tanks are more valuable than DPS. So I go through, right? And then this, right? I just know the timing for a block is that if she popped it early, right? Then she would still have died. If she waits till the end, she's gonna eat the charger either way. So I just run forward. Like, you notice I can't really get to anybody, but that's okay. I just keep them off the point. You know, I gotta start capping this. Orisa throws javelin. Right? I see that Lucio's trying to run by me. Again, just sitting on point, chilling, and I've capped it. And now I advance. Why do I advance? Well, I mean, Moira dies. I don't think I realized that at the time. Why do I advance? Because I feel like, hey, look, we should be able to attack right now because I know that the Lucio just died, so we should have numbers advantage, which we kind of do, except I didn't read the fact that the Moira is dead. Cassie's playing really far back here. So I recognize I'm taking a lot of damage here. Again, super confused, like not expecting this to happen because I expect my Moira to be alive. Lucio does a really good job saving me here. Right? I see that the Kanzo's low. I go for the fire strike to try to kill him. I try to get back on point because, again, I'm like, wait, things are going very haywire here. So Moira's finally here. I try to charge out. She does a good job surging here, and then I'm going to die to a fully charged surge. So again, I've died 3 times now, but it's only 40%, right? One of the things is I push the fight quickly, right? I don't try to spend a lot of time setting up. I push and fight quickly, which means that even though we've lost 3 fights, it's only 29-45 right now. And I think another mistake I see a lot for lower ranked players is that you just take too long to get into the fight, right? You got 5, go, fight. You lost 1, can you get a pick? Oh, you got a pick? Okay, great, it's 4-4, go, right? If you can't get a pick, wait for the 5th. So I have Shatter now. I'm looking for Shatter. Again, I don't want to do a naked Shatter. I don't want to just Shatter right away right now because the Orisa might fortify it. So I'm trying to bait fortify first. And this is where some of the higher order thinking, I think, happens for higher ranked players that lower ranked players don't think of. The Orisa has been very quick to pop fortify all game long. It's like the very first ability she pops instead of using spin. And so I'm going to try to force that out like this. See, as soon as I start swinging, she pops Fortify, which is a big mistake. And anyone who's watched my replay reviews and my own self-review for Orisa, I tell you, don't use Fortify first. Use Fortify last. So I recognize that she popped Fortify first. I go for the charge. I actually messed it up. I obviously should have pulled her to the edge, but I think she would have gotten away either way. Right, Orisa's trying to kill me, and then I recognize, hey, look, she doesn't have Fortify right now, so I know I'm going to land the Shatter. It's also close range, so I can hit her with the Shatter. So the dead on impact does, I think, 275. I also know that I have the Mega in here if I need it, so I'm actually feeling pretty good right now. I just want to line it up. Bam, Shatter. Right, she's dead. They wall me off. But what am I doing? I'm pushing. Why am I pushing? Because I know the Orisa's dead, right? It should be 5-4. I haven't seen us lose anybody. Like, we should be going. Even if it's 4-4, again, being up a tank is worth it. Right? Trading a tank for DPS is good for you. Good for the team that lost the DPS. So, at this point, I don't want to keep chasing because I know that there's still people behind me because I only see 1 in front of me, right? I hear stuff going on behind me, so I go back. I just try to help. Hit the Lucio with a Fire Strike. I charge in case he tries to come back. I thought the Lucio might want to wrap around and come back, which is why I'm charging this way. Maze on, right? Gotta kill her. Lucio's here. Fire Strike in case he goes that way. He doesn't. But either way, we capped it. Okay, as soon as I see that the Reaper is with me, I'm like, okay, I can aggress. Right? I'm just kind of pausing for a moment to just reset. Right? Getting healing, taking a second. I'm like, wait, this Orisa's overextended. I charge. Again, force fortify nice and early. That was intentional. I knew she was going to fortify. Right? But again, you got to force fortify. And then now, I just want to keep aggressing, right? Why not? I know I'm up, right? I know we have advantage. Again, Kiriko dodges, great. And now it's 48-78. So obviously not favored for me, but I feel really good about the situation. Like, I pretty much thought we were going to win the whole game, even when I went like 0 for 3. I want to go up to help block the... So you see, what happens here is I don't really want to go past this choke, and I don't want to bait anybody into going past the choke. So I don't want to walk through the choke myself, but if the Cassie's going to walk that far, I'm going to walk forward, and you see this shield. So I walk up to the choke, and then I'm going to turn my shield this way and rotate it to try to block this shot for the Cassidy. Now, the Orisa's aim is slightly off anyway, but you can see that if it was aimed at him, there's a very good chance it would hit the shield. That was my plan. Right? Again, execution doesn't always work out that way, but it's plan. Pops Fortify first. Again, big mistake. She basically never uses spin. She uses spin to like try to hit people. So I know that Fortify, I just know the timing for Fortify reasonably well. I figure that it's about to end. I charge. Right? I missed the charge, but that's okay. I'm still next to her. I know she doesn't have Fortify. I'm just attacking her. Again, whenever I throw the Fire Strike, you notice that I'm trying to line up multiple. I see, right, the Kiriko behind her, so I'm trying to hit the Kiriko as well. Also, we've tossed Beat right now, so I can be super aggressive because there's no way we're going to lose in Beat. I killed Mei. Kiriko goes up. Trying to get her. Nope, can't get her. Right, Hanzo's out of position. Great. And now we've cleaned up. Do I want to camp here? I don't. Because they're invincible in here, so they can just shoot you from this doorway. So I want to back up a little bit. Right, I go for the Lucio. Get a kill. Great. Go back, and I hold right here again. This is a very strong spot to hold, because the Mega is right here. And there's only one main path here. Both this one requires a drop down, which is a commit, and this side is like not a fantastic angle. It is okay. I think that's perfectly fine for DPS to play here, but the tank is unlikely to go that way. So again, time is good for me, right? Time is really good for me because I control point. When I control point, they are the ones that are forced to make a move. I start backing up here because I expect the Mei to try to wall me off. She does wall, but she misses it. I want to bait Fortify here, right? But I recognize that the Orisa's gone past me. So I'm like, look, there's two, maybe 3 people walking this choke. I probably hit somebody with charge. I do. I know. I remember the Hanzo's over there. I come back. I see the Orisa's pop Fortify. I just chill. She's like sort of trying to knock me off, but I'm like nowhere close. Lucio tries to mess with me, and I shatter. Why do I shatter? When did you see Fortify get popped there, right? I killed Moira. I see Fortify. Right? Just wait. I could have shattered right there, but it's a tough angle, right? I'm like right here. I might get booped over, so the Fortify hits this block. I don't need to force the fight, right? It's not like we're losing or anything like that, or you know, I have to rush because we're trying to hit the point. We own the point. Every second I stall is good for me. So I back up here. I got 2 lined up. Bam. I use Fire Strike because I see Lucio is 50 health, so Fire Strike's gonna kill him. I don't need to chase him down, and I just killed the Orisa. I could have charge killed her as well, but I just felt it was more consistent to just attack and kill. And that's that. Okay, so next one I'm going to show you is Nepal.
Traveling to Nepal, ready for battle.
So in this one, I'm going to face off against Rammatra. So once again, I charge forward, try to get up there, scout, take space, right, and throw Fire Strikes. So where do I want to take? I want to go all the way over to here. If I can control this spot, my team is in great position because they have to walk through this one choke, and then my team can spread out like this all over the point and just concentrate fire in like a U shape against them trying to walk in. That's my goal. So another example, I'm trying to land doubles. Right? There's a double possibility right here with the Rammatra plus the Kiriko. They do a good job dodging, right? Another double possibility right there with the Rammatra plus 1 more, but good dodge. And you see, now I've taken the spot that I want, which is right here. And when I stand here, the Kiriko is going to be scared to come in, right? And Lucio is going to be scared to come in. And the Rammatra doesn't want to come towards me. So what ends up happening? I'm going to hold this spot, right? I recognize this Rammatra decides to ignore me, okay? And this is a very common situation that I talk about called racing, which is if you can't stop the enemy tank from walking over your backline, try to kill their backline faster. I recognize right away this Rammatra is trying to quote-unquote race me, but I also recognize that he's low because I zoned the Kiriko, which is preventing her from being able to heal the Rammatra. So I go for the charge here because he's not even looking at me, so it should be relatively easy. I charge, land a lot of damage, right? And then he dies. So that one play wins the game, wins the fight, sorry, right? It's all about, hey, step forward, force the Rammatra. The Rammatra doesn't want to stay in hammer range, right? I'm creating space by just walking at him because I know that Rammatra does not want to be in hammer range of Rein. That's how I create space. That forces him into this decision right here where I control this choke, and he's like, I don't know how to move this Rein out of the spot at this point because I'm, you know, mostly healthy, standing here with full shield. He can't dislodge me from this position, so he gives up to try to attack my backline, right? And then when he does that, I recognize, okay, I'm never going to be able to attack this Kiriko because she can just walk backwards and kite me and then swift step to Lucio or Rammatra when I get close. So instead I go after the only hero I know I can do damage against, which is the Rammatra, right? I start hitting him. He decides to Nemesis, right, to kill my Mercy, but I charge and I kill him. Right? And then from here, it's just straightforward cleanup. So also I noticed at this point is that there is a Sombra in the game, which I did not realize until just now, right? I block initially to make sure that I'm not taking damage in front, and the reason why I block front, even though the Sombra was shooting me in the back, was because I know the Sombra can't do enough damage to kill me from behind at distance. Like, if she was right here, maybe she could kill me. This far away, which is I could tell from the sound noise, and the fact that logically she couldn't be here because my team would kill her, I could tell that she was too far away, which is why I blocked initially to make sure that Cassidy and the Kiriko don't kill me. Then I start backing up. So I now know there's a Sombra in the game. So you see that I stand at a very specific spot, which is a spot where I cannot get shot from either side. Because I know I'm getting pressure from front, I know I'm getting pressure from the side. Realistically, somebody should have gone over here to deal with this, like for example, you know, my Hanzo or even the Cassidy. But I just don't want to die here, right? So all I do is just stand in this corner, hold the shield up, and the Moira can heal me. You know, just make life easier. I get some health back, right? Trying to take some space on the left side. Mostly to scout to figure out what the rotation is. I see my Cassidy starts this 1v1 versus the other Cassidy. And this is what I say about enabling your DPS, okay? This is a straight 1v1 for the most part. I don't know why the Kiriko's not healing, but now I make it unfair because now my Cassidy has a shield. So their Cassidy's like, oh no, I don't want to fight this anymore, it just leaves, right? That's a good example of how tanks can enable DPS. And that's the difference sometimes between a 3 and 10 DPS and a 30 and 3 DPS, is stuff like that. Is helping your team out, making fights unfair so that you can win them. So right here, I'm also going to hear the Sombra hack and then immediately snap around to both prevent me from being hacked, but also to potentially use the shield to help cover my Cassidy. So you see, she wants to kill him. I actually could have shielded to save that. I just thought that somebody would have healed the Cassidy, and I feel like I blocked enough of it, but unfortunate. It was kind of the wrong call. I should have just held shield there. So I force Sombra back. I know Sombra's going to come in the next fight. I know the Rammatra's here. Again, the Rammatra's coming up this way. That's fine. Like, I'll fight him at this corner. If he doesn't want to fight there, fine. I know the Cassidy's to the main. I get out of the vortex. Right, I see the Rammatra again, and again, just forcing him back. Looking at the kind of like the third person view, right? Rammatra tries to push this way. He sees me, right? I hit him, and all of a sudden, you see they're all walking backwards. This is space creation. This is like the simplest form of space creation as Rein, is walk into the enemy and swing at them, and they will have to go backwards. Okay? I have plenty of health here. I know I have 2 supports with me, or at least 1 support with me. I don't have no idea where my Mercy is. Right, just force him backwards. I saw that the Cassidy was low. I was trying to kill him with Fire Strike. Right, and I'm just holding them back. Again, I don't need to do anything. I don't need to commit. I don't need to charge anybody off the map. I already control the point. It's their job to do something. I don't have to do a thing. He pops Nemesis. That's fine. Like, I'll keep hitting him until I get a better option. I don't want to run by him right now. I just want to zone him as long as I can. I have Shatter now. I'm thinking about Shatter him, but I don't think I need to. Because, oh, I saw our Cassidy killed their Cassidy. Right here is when I was thinking about using Shatter, but as soon as I realized our Cassidy killed their Cassidy, we're up by 1. So I'm like, hey, can we get away without me using Shatter? And the answer is yes. Right? We get more than enough kills. I try to kill Lucio. He gets away. It's a shame. Kiriko's dead. Great. So we're going to reset that back to point. Because unlike on this map, there is no good forward spot to hold as the defending team. That just comes from like map knowledge, just understanding like where you can or can't hold. So, I hear a bunch of noise here to the right, so I'm checking are they under right or are they over right? I throw a Fire Strike, hopefully to hit some people. I know my team's bailing out, so I'm just kind of looking right now. I see Cassidy's low ground. I don't want to chase him because my main job here is to defend the point. I don't want to go chasing after Cassidy or anything crazy like that. Rammatra comes down. I note that he's put shield down, which means I can shatter at any time that I want now because there's no way for him to block it. So I look main because I know that there's somebody main. That was Do I know there's somebody's main? Yeah, I know the Cassidy's main. That's why I keep looking to the left, right? My Cassidy wins the 1v1. Great. It's a 5-on-4 right now. You know, if they don't push it, you see, I'm not trying to rush the fight at all. You know, but I do want to wipe them before the Cassidy comes back. That's the only thing. I will trade Shatter if I have to do that. Right, go for the charge. I hit. Right, so I get hacked right here. They pop beat, so I just need to sort of. I can't hold shield because I'm hacked. So I try to stay in the corner. Ideally, what would have happened is that my Mora would have faded in here. So like she's way too far back. My Mora would have faded in behind me and popped Heal Orb, which would have given me enough time to put the shield up. And then with shield, I would have shattered. At this level, nobody is going to recognize that. So, you know, it is what it is. That would have been the top tier play because there's nothing that could have stopped them from winning this fight. But I think the big issue is that I kind of charge in here, even though I land this pin. Like my team is playing super defensively, and to some extent you got to adjust to your team, right? Like I think at higher ranks this would be a perfectly valid play because all 4 people would be swarming in right now. But regardless, I'm out of sync with my team, so I'm gonna die. Right? Whose fault is it? Fundamentally, it's still mine. You know, was it the best play? I think it was, but you know, you have to adjust to your team. That's something you need to do every game, right? What kind of team do I have? Are they more risk averse, or do they take more risks? So again, I see shield's gone up. The reason why I pause here is I'm looking to see whether or not this Cassidy is going to drop down because I know he just got a kill on the Hanzo, so I'm just chilling to be like, okay, is he going to drop or is he going to stay? And once I realize, okay, cool, he's staying, I charge, right, just to get him to roll. Well, now he's rolled. Now I'm looking for Shatter. Don't even need it because the Rammatra's dead. Right? Solo Shatter. Why do I solo Shatter? Because it's 99%. If I win this fight, it's over. The only one who can carry this fight is the Cassidy. Like, the Kiriko's not going to headshot and kill us all. Like, the Lucio's not going to headshot and kill us all. It's just impossible. The only person who can win this fight is the Cassidy, which is why I solo Shatter him and get the kill. Right? The Rammatra's dead. Cassidy's dead. Like, the last person is Sombra. Sombra just doesn't have enough damage potential to kill everyone. Cassidy is the only person who can do that. Right? Just chasing people, and then this is over. Alright, let's talk about next point. So this is not, I think, a particularly good Rein map. There's a lot of long sight angles, and it's hard to walk where you want to go, which I think is a problem for Rein. Like, if you can't walk where you want to go, then heroes that are ground bound are typically not, and slow are not good options. I'm going to step forward here. I would recognize, okay, they have a Mei. The second I see the Mei, I immediately start backing up because I do not want the Mei to wall me off. Again, many hours of being walled off by Mei will teach you, do not step forward into a Mei until you know there is no wall. So I step back immediately. If there wasn't a Mei, I'd probably try to play up here, right? Or up here and take control of the Mega. But without the Mei, I don't want to do any of that. So I'm gonna chill, play back here, right? Fire strike. So I'm trying to check to see what they're doing. Okay, now the Mei's dead, so I could theoretically push into this, but I don't think I necessarily want to because the shield is up right now, and they don't seem to have any plan to try to take the point. So I'm just kind of like, you see, I don't even hold my shield because my shield's at 550 health. No one's gonna die here. Rammatra's not gonna pick somebody off with like a million headshots. The Cassidy's the only one who can die here, but I don't feel like anyone's getting low. Like I'm kind of like checking my team health and stuff. So I'm like, you know what? We're pretty much fine here. And then I'm like, okay, cool. They're going to back up. Great. So now I just walk the point. So they make a mistake here. I mean, granted, their Mei dies, but their tank is making a big mistake because the tank's not generating any space. You know what I mean? Like, their tank, starting from even way back here, like, sort of pushes me back and controls this, but then what's the plan after this? Right? He's kind of pokes the Cassidy, but he has to decide, hey, are you going to go this way or are you going to go this way? One of the two. He can't do neither, which is what ultimately causes him to lose his point, right? So he's playing super defensively and conservatively, but it doesn't matter because we're going to cap the point. He has to step on point. So he realizes, I think, too late, and then now he just has to run a straight line, which makes the charge really easy. You see, even right then, even at point blank, after I charge him, I'm going to turn to the left. And then fire strike to hit not only him. See, I go to the right. I turn to the left through the fire strike, so I hit not only him, but also have a chance to hit the far target as well, which misses. But that type of technique is very important when playing Rein, is to constantly try to do that, right? Always try to get multiples. Again, we cap the point right now, so stalling is good for us, right? Every second. I just chased down the Kiriko. She has no real way to get away unless she wants to switch step. She doesn't. She doesn't have it. Great, she's dead. Oh yeah, I know she doesn't switch step because she switch stepped in. That's why. Right. So right here, I'm like, wait, she switch stepped in? This is crazy. The reason why I'm not fire striking is that she's not one-shotable by fire strike. That's why I didn't follow up immediately with fire strike. So I might as well wait until I get closer to get a more accurate fire strike. So this is kind of a funny play. I'm out here. I hear my Cassidy shooting, and I see that the Mei has killed one. So I figure the Mei has probably used her cooldowns by now in order to get that kill. She has not, but that was what I was thinking there, is that the Mei is probably low, has used her cooldown. I think the Cassidy's just like, are you serious? How does the Mei die here? And then from here, I think it's pretty much a roll from here on out. I think I'll probably show you just like one more fight. So again, they come out. I see that they use shield, right? They use shield before that. So I'm going to shatter. That's going to be everybody. Right? As soon as they wall, I immediately throw up shield. Right? Because again, I don't want to die. I don't want to be greedy here. I already got the Cassidy. Great. And my team does a good job breaking a hole. And then I back up. And then that's it. Right? After this, there's pretty much nothing else. We just chase down and get some kills here. Okay. Last game. So those two just happen to be King of the Hill / Control. So let's talk about payload. I wish I had a defense payload to show you as well, but we'll settle for just offense. So again, game's gonna start. I'm gonna open with a charge out. Alright, so what are my reads here? I have to look at the team comp. So first of all, they have Rammatra. Well, Rammatra's a hero that I can walk over, right? I don't want to play distance. He's a hero that Rein walks over everybody. But I'm just thinking, like, mentally, okay, I can walk over the Rein. They have a Genji. Also a hero I can walk over. Genji does not do great damage, not against tanks. So also a hero I can walk over. Kiriko, not going to stop me, right? She's not like an Ana or a Lucio or a Brig, right? They have a Hanzo, also a good hero to walk over, right? Definitely have to worry about Storm Arrow, but besides that, he doesn't do enough damage to make me worried. Well, Storm Arrow is the only thing I have to worry about. They do have an Ana, but I don't think I see that Ana yet from my perspective. So I look at this, though, is that they're fairly dangerous from above. I can't walk with my team over here without my team dying behind me. I could live, my team would die. So what my plan here is to just go to high ground. And this is something I talked about in my Blizzard World video, which is, hey, you can just go up these stairs and force this fight. And you're going to see probably one of the fastest shatters that you can ever see get built here. So I'm going to wait here, and the reason why I'm waiting here is I need one of the supports to kind of catch up to me, or I'm hoping the supports catch up to me to get me some healing, which eventually comes right now. But he swaps Vortex. Again, I throw it through. I'm trying to get multiple. I'm always throwing Fire Strikes through this doorway. I get on the side of the Rammatra, and this is important. I don't want to stand in front attacking, because then the whole team attacks me. If I stand here, I can hit the Rammatra, but nobody else can attack me except for the Rammatra. So I stand here, I attack, right? I swing. You notice I swing my camera into the choke just in case anybody walks up. And so nobody wants to walk in and help the Rammatra because of the swings. I don't know why I get Suzu'd here, but sure, I'll take it. I throw another Fire Strike out. Again, look at this Fire Strike. Oh, I think I hear Sleep here used as well. Like, this is a juicy Fire Strike. That is the reason why you should throw Fire Strikes at the rest of the team, right? I hit 5 people, I think, on that Fire Strike. I'm already at 65% ultimate, and look at their tank is only at 25. I'm way far. In fact, this whole game, I think I ended the game with more damage than my whole team combined. It's going to be absolutely bonkers how much damage. So, once again, just like in the previous video where you saw on, I guess it was previous video, in Nepal, where the Rammatra walked past me. So he walks past me, great. I'm just going to charge, right? I charge, I put him into this doorway where my team can help, but their team can't. Unfortunately, my team is not here because I'm not entirely sure why my team is not following. Like, I got my Widow over here, my Soldier over here, my Orisa over here. Kiriko's the other one with me, so I'm basically fighting like 5-on-2 here. But, you know, it's fine, whatever. So I charge him in. I get the Soldier one with me, like this fight would be long since over. Again, another Fire Strike. Really juicy, going straight out in the line. I'm already 97% ulti. I have ulti right now. I'm going to Shatter. So this Shatter came in after 36 seconds into the game. And for perspective, most of that time was spent walking up. So I think it's probably something like 20 seconds of combat, and I farmed Shatter. And that's how fast you can farm Shatter if you're good at it. You know, obviously, like, I'm effectively smurfing, even though this is a quick play game. Like, I'm clearly, like, significantly better than people in this game. But the basic techniques of throwing good Fire Strikes are really, really important. I want to emphasize that. Okay, so I Shatter here because, again, I have an advantage, right? I have enough health. This Rammatra is already low. I know that Omnic Form has just kicked in or is about to kick in. And then I'm going to Shatter, and then hopefully going to be able to kill him, right? I also hit the backline here. I want to make sure the Rammatra's confirmed his kill. I messed up that Fire Strike. I charge here because I think the Ana doesn't have sleep. Yes, I knew that the Ana didn't have sleep. So I charge, right? Miss it. I do knock him off. And then once I realize that where the charge, because weird things happen here. They all get bounced in the air in odd directions. So 2 drop. I push the Genji away. I drop down and I recognize, hey, nobody's on point. That means the 2 people who don't have mobility, or probably don't have mobility, are probably behind me. So I turn the corner back towards them. I start swinging my camera, try to get as many hits as I can. They get low. I shield because I'm purple now and I'm low. I gotta chill. I see the Genji's low, right? Or has used deflect, and he's walking away. So I'm like, hey, look. I'm like, oh, okay, there's a Genji here. I'm like, okay, let me hit you, right? And then he's dead. Great, I'll take that kill. I push in. I know the Ana doesn't have sleep. I think I heard her use sleep a couple seconds ago. This is why I tell Anas, do not waste sleep, right? She used sleep. As soon as I heard her use sleep, I came for her. And again, at higher levels, this happens all the time. Like, the second you use an ability, you chase him down. So the Ana did a good job. She grenaded here. So you see that I actually did the combo correctly. Like, 1, 2 Fire Strike, and I immediately start turning away. And I'm like, oh, wait, you're still alive? And then I chase her down. And then I throw Fire Strike in the only direction that she can escape. Because if she dodges the Fire Strike this way, I will walk in and kill her. So I'm just like, look, either you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, right? You dodge it, I'll kill you with hammer. If you don't dodge it, I'll kill you with Fire Strike. So you come back up. Getting just poked by Rammatra. Just holding the choke here. Again, you see another double Fire Strike. I hit both of them with it. I want to go for the Kiriko, but the Kiriko's too far away. I charge here. She Suzu's to knock me away. I can see that the Kiriko's low, but she's gone, right? I saw her teleport away. And then now I'm like, okay, you know what? Go back to the Rammatra, get blown up from behind. I have Shatter here. I was hoping to hit the Genji and the Rammatra. Again, my team is just not in sight. So I lost track of kill feed at some point because I'm like, I thought we had plenty here. And then somehow over the course of this, both of my DPS are just like non-existent in this game at all. Like, I have no idea when they died. Way back with the Ana, I suppose. See, I don't know why my Kiriko is just not healing right now. See, It's like it's crazy to not be healing right then for a critical moment. I get healed there, it maybe changes the fight. But regardless, Mikiriko is just sitting here. Maybe it's more like low plat. I mean, it's tough because there's a lot of volatility. Because like the Q times are nearly instant, so it could be grabbing just anybody who's around. I don't feel like the opposing tanks are that bad though. I don't feel like the opposing tanks are like gold, so I'm still gonna say this is somewhere in flat. So another fire strike. A dragon, right, coming from the right. I walk forward because there's nothing I can do, right? Either it's coming for me or it's not. I notice that they're all in this room. I try to throw a good fire strike. They do a good job dodging it. Only hit one. Again, trying to control this spot right here. Kiriko gets a kill. I hit the Rammatra. I'm always... You notice I don't really look at the Rammatra very much because I'm trying to figure out what the rest of the team is doing. The Rammatra is going to do damage to me no matter what. My main goal is to figure out what is the rest of the team going to do here, and specifically I want to block things like grenade and sleep. Alright, my Kiriko's used Suzu, which is dangerous for me because that means that I don't have anything to save myself from grenade or sleep. So I walk up, right? I hear her walking up, which I try to get that damage in, and I think I can just get blown up here. But the Rammatra popped ulti anyway. So we're now 0 for 3 on fights, despite the fact that I built Shatter in 2 of them. And taken point both times. Is that true? Something like that. But I'm going to try a different tactic now. So their whole team is kind of used to me going top. Okay, and this is another example of adaptation according to what I see in the game. Previously, all the previous fights had the entire team sit up here trying to attack, and I've consistently successfully attacked by going this way and pushing them off. This time, I look and I realize the whole team is not set up there. I saw the Hanzo on the way in, I see Kiriko, I see Rammatra, right? And I might even have seen I think I've seen the Genji on the right. So now I make a call, I'm like, wait, the Hanzo's alone. You know, there's nobody over here. So I make a decision to go for the Hanzo instead. The Hanzo clears like, oh shoot, he messes up the jump, right? I catch him, get the kill. All because I recognize, hey, look, I'm going to do something different because their setup is different. If you're all 5 on top, I probably would have gone top again. But this time I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going to go for it. So he kills one. Again, not greedy here. I want to come back because I know I'm low. I can be kited easily on the point. I see the Kiriko comes with me. I see the Rammatra's low. I want to finish this kill. I missed this charge somehow. Right, kill the Rammatra. Again, I'm not ulting here because I don't need to. I already killed one, right? I knew the Rammatra's going to die, so that's going to be 2. So why would I ulti? Genji's here. I know he doesn't have dash, so I just go, try to confirm the kill. Yep, I hit him. Alright, point taken. So, as the point's capping, right, capped, and I'm leave. So, wait, how does this Mercy get this kill? Sheezy. Wow. Okay, weird. Yeah, so I saw the Mercy get the kill, or whatever. So, what's my goal? And anyone who's seen my Blizzard World video says that we'll know that high ground here is very, very critical. It's really hard to take high ground when they're set up, right? Once they have people here, right, and over here at the choke, it's a nightmare trying to take high ground for them. So instead, I'm trying to take high ground preemptively, you know? If I'm already up here, they have to take it from me, which is then gives me the advantage. I know I don't have the numbers. I know somebody needs to sit on cart, but beyond that, until they're all collected, I'm going to be able to do this. I see the Ana, Cassidy kills her, great. And again, like the Cassidy be like, oh, that's a good shot. But also the Cassidy doesn't have to worry about anything. He can't get slept, he can't get shot because I'm holding the shield right now. It's the easiest shot for the Cassidy when you don't have to worry about any pressure. Right? That's how you make your DPS lives easier. So, I want to stay high ground, but if people are low ground and I can get the kill, I'll definitely get the kill. I notice the Kiriko's down here. I drop. I try to get her. 1, 2, fire strike, right? She's Suzu's, but it's not the right timing. I see the Genji's low. I want to kill him. Right? Genji gets the kill, so he gets a dash reset, so I cancel charge right away to immediately start attacking. I'm like, look, I want to get the kill, but he's too far. Once he's around the corner, Genji also has faster base move speed than everybody else. And there's no way that I can catch him. So I just want to go back. I see Mercy's rezzing. Right, just blocking a little bit of spam. Totally fine. I see that they've gone Rein now. And I go high ground. Right, Genji's here. I don't really want to drop for him, but I do eventually. Because what I was thinking was like, okay, I'll shatter after this to make sure the Genji dies. Because I know the Genji has Blade. because he's never bladed the entire first point, and he has not bladed on second point. So if I kill him here, I completely eliminate one of the ultimates in the fight. I did not expect him to just die. I think that was like very odd for him to just be dead here. He made a huge mistake dying here. That should not have happened. So I shatter under the assumption that the Genji did not make a mistake. I hit the Rein, which is not intentional. Right? I mean, like, I kind of threw it in his direction, but I wasn't trying to shatter the Rein explicitly. Right? I try to shatter. This dragon comes out the exact same moment. I get slept by the Ana. I'm like, oh shit, I made a mistake. Rein misses the charge. I want to kill, but I don't have another fire strike, and I'd have to walk in the open while I have 132 health. I didn't know the Hanzo was frozen. It's very rare for Hanzo to get frozen that far away. So I like want to kill, but I really can't. Right? Again, just not being greedy, playing back. Because without a tank, like, we should just be able to move this forward and win. Oh, except the card's still really far away. Right? They walked forward for some reason. I'm gonna start attacking. I don't know why he doesn't deflect. Maybe he wasted it. I charge it because I know both supports are up here. So this, again, knowing the Ana has both grenade and sleep, presumably, I'm gonna hit her, right? I'm waiting. As soon as I hear the sound effect for sleep, I do this to block sleep, which would have been big, because then I would have gotten charged off. But I'm gonna die here anyway, which is unfortunate. Now, this is really my fault, sort of, I guess. I mean, it's tough because I'm being pretty aggressive here, but the Rein catches up to me really fast, which I did not expect. Like, I heard him charging in, but he gets here much faster. And I was definitely trying to get off top to get healed here. I just do a bad job. I should have just held shield and just walked off sooner. I get rezzed by Mercy. Thank you very much. I think she used sleep there, so I'm just going to kill her. I see there's the nanoed Rein. I don't want to mess with him quite yet. Let's charge, right? Again, if I can get the Genji or the Rein off the map, I'd be happy to do so. Right? So Rein and me are just dueling. I get shattered, which, you know, not much I can do about that. It's like really hard to block shatter at point blank. He charges me, does a pretty good job. I mean, the Rein is definitely getting more value from me right now. But I charge past him, which is intentional. Right? I don't want to kill the Rein, I want to kill the Kiriko. Because it's gonna I just literally can't kill the Rein when the Kiriko's pocketing him. Rein only does 89 damage a second, not including fire strikes. So Kiriko already heals for 71 or something. Like, your net damage is 17. It's just not viable to kill the tank like while they're being pocketed by a support. So I go straight for the support. She's clearly not expecting this. Right? Kill her against Newstand. I shield right away. Right? And they're like, hey, you want to walk forward? That's fine. But anyway, card's taken. I'm gonna go for the Ana. Like, the whole team is basically gonna come over here and help save the Ana. The Genji comes over. She's super low, and I go for the fire strike kill. I get purpled. Genji's on me, and I just trade. That's fine. This death doesn't matter at all because the card needs to move over here anyway, so it's barely gonna cost us any time. Right? Once the point's capped, like, all the plays after that are free. So they push in a little too far. I go for the Genji initially, and I'm like, somehow I pull the Rein in. That's an incredible vacuum. Was not expecting that. So they're dead. So as always, like, when you're up, what do? You try to aggress, right? I threw Fire Strike to prevent the Ana from retreating. She sleeps me. Fine. Like, somebody's got to eat that sleep, you know? Might as well be me. My team walks forwards. And I'm like, wait, what the heck? Their Hanzo just pops off here. So I could have walked forward and blocked off for my Cassidy, but I thought it was more important to just move the card because we're not going to win anyway. Right? Like, I have to wait for the next team fight just because I know I lost too many. You see how I've already backed up here? Because I do not want to... I look to see if that fire strike is going to kill my Sojourn. Because I don't want to push this fight any further. I do have Shatter here. I'm looking for an opportunity. I don't want to give the Rein any chance of blocking the Shatter. So I either want to be close enough that I'll Shatter through him, or the Rein can't have shield. Right? Those are kind of my two options. So the Rein makes a mistake over here. Again, moving like weirdly to my left. I see him swinging, right? So I shatter, kill the Rein. I get slept before I can kill the Genji. And then now I'm going to aggress, but I'm going to be careful, right? It's going to be a 5-on-4, but I don't really have anything to, like, move forward that quickly, so I have to use shield, right? I know I still have people on cart. I know they still have grenade, right? That's why I'm sitting here. Just chilling. I charge. I go for the Ana. Vacuum and kill her. I'll take it. I hear the Rein charging from right door, which is why I throw that fire strike. I land it. I want to kill the Rein first. I missed that fire strike. I missed this charge as well. That felt bad. Then this dragon strike comes from the side. I was completely not expecting. I heard it from the right, but I was not expecting it to come from this angle. It's just incredibly weird that you don't notice this. I have your right teammates, but kind of is what it is. Right? again, trying to move the card forward because I'm super low, so I do not want to, super low as in do not have armor, so I don't want to instantly die and there's dragon going on. So I don't want to like get too crazy here. Right? I charge in, get the Rein, and then this is kind of a key moment. Okay? So I charge. This is kind of maybe an ill-advised charge at this at like higher levels, but this one I felt like it was going to work just from kind of like the flow of the game. I just didn't feel like the Rein was doing a good job reacting to what I was doing, so I felt like I'd get away with the charge. And if he charges and we both go down, like my team's here. Like it's not the worst thing. Like we'll just trade. So now you see I'm going to swing and I'm going to go for the back line, right? Because I can kill the back line very, very quickly right now. Right? I force the Swift Step. I see Anna's coming in, right? My Genji was trying to kill the Anna. I kill the Anna. I run back over here, and then we win because the Rein goes way too far off point, right? Which is a big mistake for the Rein. Again, look at the vertical view. I'm going to charge, bring the Rein in. There's 3 people all clustered together. I immediately start trying to go for them. I kill the Genji with this, like, again, this is why swinging the camera is so important as Rein. Right? Because I wasn't explicitly trying to hit him, but I knew there were people around me that I was trying to hit. So Genji dies, right, at 98%. So he would have had Blade here if I did not kill him. Kill the Anna. And then the Rein, if you look at the Rein, just goes way too far away. Right? He charges, he gets a kill, and he's like chasing these two, they're kiting him. But the problem is, he's going after people who can kite him in open space. I'm going after people who are stuck in a small hallway, which is why I'm able to kill them so much faster than he is. And then I kept the point and win. Okay, so hopefully that is maybe a little helpful for people who are trying to think about how to play Rein and how to play tank. Again, what are the reads? What is your hero strong at, right? Rein is really strong at these close range engagements, and that's what you're constantly trying to take. How can I push up with my team to take close range fights over and over and over again? Other heroes are admittedly more complicated, and there's a lot more reads that you have to do, but at least on Rein, I think a lot of the game can be straightforward. There's certainly a lot of nuance and a tremendous amount of skill there, but it can be one of the easier heroes to start out with as a traditional tank to take space and engage with the enemy. Hope that's helpful.